to the Biz Gone Social podcast. We help entrepreneurs navigate how to get known, get customers, and get the edge over their competition. Here is your host, Lorraine Duncan.
So here we are with episode 29, and I'm so glad to be here. And my promise to you, as always, is I just want to give you a little bit of verbal caffeine that's going to energize your social media marketing and help you stay social. Because after all, don't you want to be the business everyone's talking about? And I know I do. And you're probably wondering, I'm going to continue in the series about working from home. And you're probably wondering, what in the world does that have to do with social media marketing? Well, it has a lot, because if you're productive at home, your social media marketing is going to be awesome. And so I wanted to start the year out just being the most productive that I can be. And I want to share some of the things that I've learned through that. And last week we got to hear from Vinny Fisher, who amazingly shared about his routine at home and working from home and boundaries. And I just want to continue on that conversation and kind of just help you along the way and have some fun with it. So one of the things that I do that I started to be really more intentional about this year especially is have a morning routine. And I think to be productive at home, you really need to have a morning routine. And before I even get into this whole morning routine that I have, I want to read a quote from Tim Ferriss, one of my favorite authors. And he wrote the book, The 4-Hour Workweek, and it's amazing. But he wrote this: focus on being productive instead of being busy. And I know that those of you who are on the line, I know that if I'm talking to you, I know you're going to say you're busy. Everybody wants to be busy. But the real question is, are you productive? So one of the things that sets me up for a productive day is having a really great morning routine. And I messed that up recently, and I just had to I'll share this. I actually had to set reset button. I had to push that reset button because I was doing really bad at my morning routine. I was working late. I was working a lot of hours. And I didn't really feel that I was that productive. I was busy, but I wasn't productive. So what does my morning routine consist of? So basically, I love to write and journal. And so what I do is I actually have a high performance journal that I write in. That's where my schedule is. That's where my calendar is. And that's where I set my intentions each day. And I'm pretty faithful with that. Another thing that I just started, so I'm journaling a little bit more, is I actually have a high performance journal where they give me some writing prompts and I write in the journal. So that's new. I then begin an exercise process that I used to like. In the summertime, I was riding my bike a lot and I was walking a lot. So my morning routine consists of, I have this thing called the Total Gym. And I just do a few exercises in that just to get my blood running. And so the other thing that I like to do in the morning is drink my coffee. That is very much a part of my morning routine. And in fact, do not talk to me before I have my coffee. But an important thing that I started to eliminate is as soon as I get up now, I used to sort of peek at my email and peek at my Facebook, or I actually, for the first hour in the morning, I do not go on to social media. So if I have a morning post that I have to do, it's scheduled the night before. So the other thing that I think is really important, or you're going to end up working all kinds of hours and you're not going to be very productive because you're going to be too tired and too drained. And I'm speaking from personal experience. So set a working schedule. Figure out that time you want to be all finished. And I think that's really important because the other night I worked at 10 o'clock and I was just drained. And I felt like as I looked at the day, was I really that productive? And I would have to say no. So I want you to think about, you know what, if you go to a 9-to-5 job, you're at the job 9 to 5. So what could that look like? I should say, maybe you just need to figure out what times you're going to be blocking out to work, but definitely finish at a certain time. And the other thing that I think is so important, I was discussing this with my coach the other day, is that, and by the way, if you don't have a coach, I really highly recommend it. They help you stay productive too. But we were talking about boundaries with friends and family. And the bottom line is that you have to set boundaries. Like today, I took a call from my brother, and it was really kind of funny because we had a death in the family, and I was like, I had to take it. So it was like, the bottom line is that sometimes you don't have to take that call. Sometimes you just say, hey, we got to make this short because I have to get back to work. Sometimes it's a no, I can't go out right now because I'm working. Whatever that boundary is. And also, if you share space, that's really important too. So like, my husband knows if the door is closed to my office, it's probably not a good time to come in. If I have the door open, he can come in. And the same with him. He's taking a course right now, and the door is closed. If the door is closed, I don't go in unless it's like a vital emergency. And that's the same with me. It has to be an emergency. So that's how we deal with sharing the same space. And now I know some of you have kids at home. And so that's a little different because some of them are on online school, and some of them they're done with school and they're just wreaking havoc in the house. But the bottom line is, did you even have to sit them down and say, mommy works from home now or daddy works from home now? And when the office door is closed, do not come in unless the house is on fire or the house is flooding out or there's somebody trying to get into the house. That is an emergency. And you got to really make that clear. Make it clear from the start so there's no like bad vibes between you and your family members that are at home. The other thing that I highly recommend, and I noticed this, is like when I work straight through the day and I don't take a break, for some reason I feel like I'm less productive. And I don't understand it all. But I know when I take frequent breaks, it really does help my productivity. I'm able to come in it with like a clear head and get back to work and just get to the task that I need to get done. The other thing that I think is really important when you're taking breaks is that you have coffee. If you're going to have a coffee break, for instance, maybe just go outside the home. It will just give you a different perspective. Get some fresh air. If you're working from home, you need to get some fresh air. So whether that means getting coffee outside the home or taking a walk around the block or whatever that means to you. And to be honest with you, I really do highly taking a walk. I highly recommend taking a walk because I had stopped doing that. And I just restarted that up again. And I'm like, again, it energizes me. It gets me pumped up to get my job done. I think it makes me more productive. The other thing I think is really important, I see so many people, I do a lot of Zoom calls during the day. So I see a lot of people out there that they're in the living room or in their bedroom doing their Zoom calls or doing their work. And I highly recommend just having a special place where it's donated for, like that place is the special place that you're going to have for working. So I have an office in my house. I have plenty of office. I could actually lease out office space in my house because I'm an empty nester now. But the bottom line is that don't work in the kitchen. Don't work in your living room. And I've done that, and I'm less productive when I'm working in the living room. So I am so much more productive when I'm in my space, in my office. So I highly recommend that. The other thing that I think has really helped me and just to up level my game, I'm working from home, and I've been working from home for a long time. So COVID did not change what I do and how I do it. But one of the things that helps me be more productive is having a positive mindset. There's a lot of things that can go wrong during the day. You can lose your internet, okay, during the most important call of your life, all right? That can happen. You can lose a client. That happens. Something bad can happen in your personal life. That can happen. But to try to stay positive and upbeat and be so relational and being connected with people in a positive way is so important. So the other thing that I think is just really important is just, look, be positive. We live in a society right now that's kind of hard to live in and keep a positive mindset. But trust me, the people who keep a positive mindset, they win. They implement. They're productive. So I want to just, tell you that it's okay to not be productive, but it's not okay to not be positive. That's just what I think. It's like sometimes when I'm not productive, it's because I'm not positive. So I want to just encourage you just to be really positive about your work, be passionate about your work, love what you do. So the other thing I think that's important while you're at this spending time home, and I know a lot of you are, and sometimes you don't have enough work. So what I suggest during the times when you don't have enough work, a couple things. You can either take a break and read a book or something, or you could take advantage of some training opportunities that are actually, it's going to up your game. What would it look like? I told all my friends in 2020, in March, I was saying, it's like, just do the right things. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. If you need to get a certification, this is the time. If you need to study for an exam, this is the time. Take advantage of any training opportunity where you can learn and grow your business. So, and lastly, the thing that I want to share with you is that just as we started out with a morning routine, I think you need to end the day with a routine. And this in particular helps me because what happens is that I'm in such work mode that when I go downstairs, because my office is upstairs, is I bring the computer down with me and I start the process all over. So my new end of the day routine, and this is fairly new, I started in November, is I clean off my desk and I do not go downstairs with my computer until later on, unless I'm going to be doing something fun on my computer later on. So what I'm saying is end the day with routine, whatever that is. If it's crossing out your to-do list, if it's cleaning it off your desk, if it's getting your day set up for tomorrow, whatever that looks like, I just want to highly encourage you to do that. So I hope these things help. It's just, I'm speaking from personal experience here, what I do, some of the things that I incorporate into my day. One last thing that I have incorporated a lot because what I do a lot of social media managing. What I do is I have a stand-up desk because I'm at this computer a lot. And so two things that I've incorporated is I stand up and work a lot. And then also my newest little thing that I have is these wonderful glasses, which are blue light, protect me from the blue light. And it's been helping me sleep better. I highly recommend them. I know there's studies saying they don't work or whatever, but it's working for me. So I just wanted to share that with you. So until next time, if you have any questions, first of all, about being productive or you need some help, just getting some help with being productive and with your social media calendar or whatever you need, feel free to reach out to me.
Thanks for listening to the Biz Gone Social podcast. Find us on Instagram at Biz Gone Social for extra tips. Check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, stay social.